Have you ever been in the kind of headspace where you spend so much time looking at the past, dwelling on the past, even the present, and you just think, oh, the situation I'm in now, it's just, I don't know if I can improve it. I don't know if there's anything I can do to fix the situation. That's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this video to talk about how your past doesn't define your future and your present doesn't define your future either, but it's about what you can do in the present that can define your future. It's not about focusing on, oh, well, I don't have this right now in the present. I don't have that thing that I want to have to get to the next level. It's about, okay, well, I have this thing that I can use right now. And it's about me trying to focus on using this instead of all of the things that I don't have. Because for me, I would do this a lot with school where I would just tell myself, okay, I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinate all the time. That's just my thing. I procrastinate. I'm just never really on top of anything. Sure enough, I would end up procrastinating. And then the night before the exam or a few days before the exam, I would get stressed. And then I would just think, oh, why did I procrastinate? I shouldn't have put off studying for so long. I should have studied a few days ago instead of just watching TV. I should have, studied instead of just watching YouTube videos for the last week or so, or, over the weekend instead of, going to get food for hours or whatever with friends. I should have stayed and studied. And I would just get in this cycle of just time after time after time telling myself, well, I should have done this. I didn't do this. And I had to get to the point where I stopped dwelling on the past and saying, I should have done this, I should have done that. And I just had to lock in and focus. And at one point in time, it's like, okay, you get to it and you're like, all right, well, I can sit here for the next hour just lamenting all of the mistakes that I made and over the last week or the last week and a half. Or I can say, you know what? I've got 3 or 4 days to study for this exam or for these exams or whatever. And so I'm going to direct that mental energy into moving forward, into still putting myself in position to move forward. Because even from, just from watching sports, like you might watch a guy like whether that's Russell Westbrook or whoever, or, even Tom Brady when he was playing. Everyone is going to make mistakes. They might miss some wide open shots or a wide open pass. And they could get in their head and say, okay, well, I missed that shot. Maybe it's just not my night. I missed that throw. I don't know what I was doing. I read it too late. I saw that he was open. And if I would have seen him a fraction earlier, I would have, he would have caught the ball. But instead, I threw an interception. And you notice that the really great quarterbacks, the really great players, they have short term memory. So they might make a mistake, but then it's right back to the next one. And so, or if make a mistake, like you'll see when you're watching football, a guy might throw an interception and then he's on the sideline looking at film, trying to figure out, okay, what read did I miss? Okay, this was the defense they were in. I should have seen this. They're not sitting there just like crying themselves a river going, oh, oh, I missed it. I'm just a terrible quarterback. And oh, I mean, all the people watching me must be disappointed in me. And, I must have, the fans so upset. It's like, no, no, no. Like they're picking themselves up. They're going to the sideline. They're going, okay, what did I do wrong? So on the next series, I won't make that exact same mistake. I won't make that false read next time. So and that's why I love watching sports, because I feel like sports, it's a metaphor for life. You get a lot just from, watching. And at the same time, like from watching sports, I remember one of my favorite quotes is yesterday's home runs won't win today's games. And I think the first time I heard it, I think this rapper Fabulous said it. But I think he was probably, I don't know if he came up with it or if he was quoting someone. But it's also one of my favorite quotes because at the same time, yes, we can defeat ourselves in the present by focusing on our past in a bad way, but at the same time we can also do the same thing but in reverse. So if you did do something really well, you can get so caught up in that that you're like, oh, like I don't really need to study as much for this upcoming exam. I crushed the first one, and chances are the second one also won't be as bad. And from my experience, especially in school, whenever I've had that feeling of like, oh yeah, like I'm kind of chilling now, I can take my foot off the gas a little bit, that's when I tend to just like do poorly, because then I'm less motivated to study. I'm less motivated to put the time in. And the same thing with athletes. The more that athletes just tell themselves, like, oh, like I'm already so good. This person told me I'm really good. I'm this person's favorite player on the team. The more that athletes tell themselves that, the less hard they're going to work. And the less hard they work, then they might end up in a position where someone who worked harder than them is going to outperform them. And that's why whenever I'm watching videos or like documentaries or whatever, whether it's of Patrick Mahomes, and it's the quarterbacks documentary on Netflix, or just any of these other guys, it's always just inspiring for me to see like, okay, wow, like this person is already playing the game at such a high level, but the fact that they're still so hungry to learn more, to continue to improve, and the way that they still just attack the game as if they're a rookie or they're a novice and they just have no idea. It's just a reminder that it's like, well, if these guys who are already super talented approach the game like that, that's how we should be approaching life in general. We should never get to the point in anything where we're like, oh, I mean, we're so comfortable. We know everything already. We don't need to learn anything else. Because I can assure you, it's guys like Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, even though they're so great. Tom Brady was amazing when he was playing. He was still learning something every day, whether that was from his coaches, whether that was from watching film. And Brady could have easily said after one Super Bowl, I'm already good enough. After one MVP, I'm already good. I don't really need to focus on improving that much. I've already accomplished so much in my career. But the fact that even though when Tom Brady was on the Patriots, it got on my nerves just watching them win. It just felt like season after season after season. It was at the same time something that was just extremely respectable to see someone who had already accomplished so much in his career, but someone who still had so much hunger as if he didn't accomplish anything. And that's why I think the most important thing also is it's just a beautiful thing how your past not defining your future also relates to getting complacent, and how it's those people who rely on their past successes who end up getting complacent and they stop evolving and they stop learning. And it's those very same people who allow people to just come from out of nowhere and just outperform them. And so, yeah, you guys, I wanted to make this video just because I feel like that's something that I've really been trying to get better with, is trying to understand that my past doesn't define my future, and that I can take actions right now to make for a better future. And even with recording videos, like, before I would get in this headspace of, oh, well, I said I was going to record and post videos every day, but then that didn't happen. And maybe it's just not going to happen. But then I said, you know what? In the present, right now, I can take an action. I can record this video and I can post it. And at that point, like I can't focus on the times that I didn't post, the times that I said I would, but I can control what I'm doing right here, right now. And that's recording this video and hoping to have a positive impact on as many people as I can. And so if you guys found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.